Hi guys, and welcome back to King Stannis Baratheon in the War of the Usurper. Last time, we had to suffer through a little bout of winter fever where my brother Renly, he got infected a little bit, but he got better. So thankfully nothing damaged House Baratheon. Also, King Stannis got married. The new Queen of the Iron Throne, Cassandra Trant. And, of course, that's just in hopes of getting rid of the celibate trait, which we can't do. As well as became a tyrant because the game is stupid about things like that, and I can't execute a murderer, apparently. I don't know. So yeah, now Stannis is a tyrant for a couple of years, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, let's just see what happens. Keep things going. Oh, Winterfell is part of the Faith. Little minor tidbit there. Oh. Why did Quelon Merlin... Oh. Volmarks? What happened to the Good Brothers? They can't all be dead, so... 47 members, but they're not landed. Grindy Ready got it taken from him. Distinguished King Stannis, I wish to formally invite you to my court for a period of festivities leading up to my coronation. I don't like you having a coronation, Lewin. You're a prince and all, but I'll attend, I suppose. Oh, you're still regent. Yeah, you shouldn't. Okay, when we come back, we're going to have to revoke Richard's regency and give it to Merrick Massey. I guess he is hiding in seclusion, so he can't be able to take over. So maybe my brother Renly, who's Master of Laws, or maybe my wife, who's the Queen. Lord Regent Richard Horp has made a new appointment to my council. Richard Horp. He's taken over the regency for like 2 days, and he's already made a new Master of Whispers, removing Olimar Pyle and making the young woman Marae the Master of Whispers. That's interesting. Huh. Prince Lewin kneels before the High Septon as his host of lords surrounds them in complete silence. The High Septon, not the Pope, blesses him and places the royal crown upon his head, proclaiming him Prince of Dorne by grace of the gods. Long live the prince. Yeah, okay. With the ceremony finally concluded, Prince Lewin bid me farewell and dismissed me from his court alongside all his other guests. It's good to be back in King's Landing. Regency's over. That was a quick one. Thought it might be a little more in depth. Apparently not. We do need a new regent. And because my Hand of the King is in hiding, it's either going to be someone in my council or it's going to be my wife. But we've been married for like a year. She's 19 years old. I don't think I'm going to give her the throne when I'm gone. I don't think that's a smart move, especially since we don't have a kid or anything. I suppose Renly. I mean, who else? I can't give it to Godry. He forced himself onto the council as Master-at-Arms. He's just an advisor and the commander of the Goldcloaks. Can't be him. Don't really want to make the Lord Commander my Kingsguard in charge of the throne. I don't think that's a smart move either. Not the Septon. Gowan Catherine's young and not a lord. Maybe, but I do not want to give power to Jaime Lannister, and she was just appointed, so it kind of falls to Renly, doesn't it? Okay, Renly. He is the heir to the throne as well, so that's another point for him. Keep things going. What is this, the Master of Whispers? Just scheme. Your Grace, I write to you with bad news from King's Landing. My efforts to squeeze some extra taxes out of the population have met with resistance, and the peasants are arming themselves. I fear we might have a revolt on our hands here soon. These troublesome peasants. Gowan, you gotta deal with that. You have high taxes. The mild winter doesn't help either. A lot of negatives for the province. We still have the wildfire. I forgot about that. Do we want to maybe get rid of it? Yeah, I guess not. Just keep it there. Not do anything with it. Sir Godry of Faring Cross has challenged you to a duel. What? Well, this is interesting. Would Stannis accept a duel from Sir Godry Faring? It gives him a chance of being craven if he says no. Wow, I really don't know. I mean, he's not a particularly brave man. He's not a craven either, and I don't know if he'd accept a duel challenge. He is a duelist in this reality for whatever reason. That tells me he probably enjoys dueling. I don't see any negatives against dueling, other than Stannis is a little smart, too smart maybe to want to put his life in the hands of a random duel for nothing. But he is a duelist in this reality, so that kind of negates that. So I suppose challenge accepted. Sir Godfrey's grievous injury is clearly hampering him as you assume the position to duel him. You gain confidence because of this, but he's holding his ground regardless, ready to take advantage of any opening in the defense that he could possibly exploit. Huh. Don't know if I want to go... I'm not going to go with strength, for sure. He's a strong man. Stannis isn't particularly strong, so it's speed or defense. Let's take a defensive stance. We know he's going to be aggressive. With this wound, he'll be no match for me. As you and Sir Godfrey engage, you slip up and leave an opening in your defense. Skilled warrior like Sir Godfrey needs no invitation to strike. He forcefully overwhelmed my defensive stance. Sir Godfrey managed to gain a brief advantage and effortlessly whacked his bastard sword down hard across my leg, but could not land a finishing blow. We both retreat, content with there being no clear victor. Oh no. I am not fortunate with this result. I lost my leg and I'm severely injured. I might die. There's a good chance I might die. I need my Grand Maester to see... Oh. Right after his coronation, Lewin Martell died. Apparently Mara, his daughter by Cersei, was given Sunspear. And Gaston Grey, but Quentin Illyrian has been appointed Prince of Dorne because they've decided to go to elective. I don't know why. I guess House Illyrian rules there. Okay. Doing a little too much democracy down for my liking. The monument promised by Sir Gawain is finished. Upon unveiling, a statue of yourself is revealed. You notice the crowd smiling and giving you a round of applause. I have no words. Can my Grand Maester actually heal me? What's going on with that? Conditions are worsening in King's Landing. It's become a normal winter now instead of mild, so the winter's only getting worse. I assume that'll make the winter fever get worse. Well, the commander of the Gold Cloaks is dead. From stress. Did say I was going to appoint the young Estermont as the new commander. Not you. This guy's kid, because he pisses me off. Sir Andrew, you're my cousin. Here you go. You can serve as the new commander of the Gold Cloaks. You're a decent commander. And my new advisor, I suppose, can be Richard Horp, the Lord of Dragonstone? Should I give him a position on the council? Maybe. I do like Gladden Wild quite a bit, actually. Yeah, let's give it to Gladden Wild, the young Lord of Cracklup Point. Or maybe the Lord of Rosby. He's a little too young. Let's give it to him. Oh my. How did I get so brutally destroyed by Country Farm? She's revoked the Castle of the Sandship. So Mara Martell is just kind of gathering power, it seems. We got like 3 little keeps. She's got a claim on the west and a strong claim on Dorne. Yeah, I'd expect as Lewin's eldest child. Only child. She's married normally to a Mertens, though. Which is not a good marriage for her. She's revoked the Sandship. It's not a good marriage for House Martell as a whole, actually. Because they seem to be finished. Yeah, it looks like Oberyn's the only one who's going to keep House Martell going. Lady Mara of the Broken Arm refused revocation of Sunspear. Quentin is trying... So, he's trying to take Sunspear now, since he's the new Prince of Dorne. And she obviously refuses, because that's the Martells... You know, it's their castle. There's a big war in Dorne. Command them to end it. There you go, because I don't want the Martells to lose their power. A peasant has risen up in Kingsgrove. It's in the north. Gather a group of men and send them for him. The horrific wound from your maiming is now stinking and oozing pus. The pain is debilitating, and the courtiers are avoiding you like death itself. That's definitely not good, Stannis. I've lost severely injured, but now I have infection, which keeps them minus health. And I get scarred. Oh my. It's not good at all. I could go into hiding. Seems someone might be plotting on my life. I don't think I can really hide when I've just lost a leg and I'm dying from infection. Kinda need my maester to take care of me. I'll have you executed. Peasant revolts always get executed. Can't have the rabble thinking they have rights. Not in medieval society, they can't. Commander of the Iron Throne is needed. Okay. Robert Rosby, there you go. Your Grace, I run on behalf of the Iron Bank. Oh my god, not the Iron Bank again. I don't think Stannis has dealt with this yet. He just, he'll pay the interest. She who was to marry Stagbran married Stedman instead. Much lesser marriage. Richard has told me that she's slandering me. I really don't care. She's 50. 50-year-old woman married to my king's justice. I don't think... I don't think I really care. Sumner's still wounded and infected. Oh, right as I was looking at Dragonstone, he's died from winter fever. So Lester Horp is the new lord in Dragonstone. Interesting that Richard Horp would die. He's been one of the big players in the Game of Thrones so far. Baldric Karen, there you go. He drowned him. Lord Flatnose. Interesting. Yeah, this is the trial that I was just looking at. So also just looking at Sumner Hill. His wife is pregnant, and he has a son. Who isn't his? Lewis Flowers. By Harwood Bowling. Oh, beautiful man. Ruining House Boldstag's line. Lyanna has a daughter, Lady Leorena. Weird name. Malona Sand has been married as well to a Gower. That's no threat at all. She's had a child, Stefan Gower. There's no claims to anything. Yeah, that's it from Robert's kids. Don't recognize my friend Sir Barristan anymore. The things we had in common when we first met and became friends have changed and vanished. Whenever I meet him, I ask myself, is this the person I want to be friends with? Can we really be friends despite all our differences? I don't think so, no. I think we've drifted apart. He's a very cruel, cynical man. Blind, and I don't think Stannis is honest with himself. We have drifted apart. My only friend is gone. Oh, Stannis always has been a loner, so no surprise. New High Septon. That's a little interesting. 25th. Can still do much good, yes. A murmur was heard through the room when I judged the felon to death. It was a just sentence, if perhaps a bit harsh. He had it coming. I was not expecting this. King Sumner Hill has declared King Sumner's claim on the Iron Throne. Well, you're, like, what, 6 years late after you said you were going to invade? He's declaring his claim. Yeah, ask my lords. It seems Lord Stark has joined me, Lord Arryn, Lord Illyrion, Lord Tyrell, Lord Lannister, Lady Tully, Lord Baratheon. Does he have anyone on side? I think I got all the major lords except for the Greyjoys. How many men does he have? He has 16,000 men. It seems as soon as he beat his wounds, he set his sights on my throne. Sumner Boldstag. He is bold, I'll give him that. Guess this is the Baratheon version of the Blackfires, except he doesn't have any kids to keep more Blackfire rebellions going on. So he has in his court, his hand of the king is Emmerich, a random reachman he probably met in Manderford. Mern, he's named as Master of Coin. Amalri, he's named as his Master of Laws, despite him being a pretty good commander, actually. Hauber is who he's named as Master at Arms. Brilliant commander. Okay, fair enough. And he's named Salegood, an advisor to the council, his wife. Doesn't particularly like her, because she cheated on him. Interesting. Where are you? He's in the Manderford. Okay. He's got 250 ships and 16,000 men. I don't know why they're only raising their levies instead of their vassals as well. It's interesting. I'll call on my men. Pretty happy, actually, that every single lord decided to remain loyal. Every single paramount. If some minor lords joined, I mean, that would be very Blackfire-y, wouldn't it? I no longer carry myself with that great air authority, and people are starting to take less notice of what I say, so I'm no longer authoritative. It's bad. Stannis is losing his way late in his life. Of course, the Lordship of Cockleswent decides not to support the throne when there's a bastard rebel. Might not be House Peak, but it's pretty perfect that they're the ones who choose not to. They've converted to the the drowned god. Why? Okay, fair enough. No one's joined them yet. I'm sure some minor lord will decide to throw in with Sumner. The lord of, like, Tumbleton or something. Just some really whatever lord. They're all just bringing their personal levies, and now they're raising their vassals. There you go. The plot thickens. As Sumner invades, it seems Monterys Valerian has seen this as the perfect opportunity. He's invading Dragonstone for Viserys Targaryen's claim, with 3,000 men. Rhaenys has had 3 daughters. The two children she had both died stillborn, 2 sons. A bastard, Alyari's Waters, Vaela Targaryen, a trueborn girl, and Vera Targaryen, another trueborn. Viserys has had 2 kids. A girl and a boy, Shaera and Orys Targaryen. This kid could be troubling. Oh, and they're pressing his claim to Dragonstone. If he takes over, he would have a place from which to launch his invasion for the throne. I'm not gonna, like, command to end that war or anything, because Stannis is off in his own war. I don't think he has the men to stop that. He doesn't have the way. He's just not gonna be able to command them to end the war. I'm not gonna raise the Lord of the Driftmark's men. Just gonna keep the men I have right now. I think that's fair. I don't think I need this fleet. Here they come, though. Sumner is trying a good old-fashioned King's Landing rush. Yeah, it's probably your best chance, although since I did improve the fortifications, you can't assault it. But yeah, that's probably your best chance. So just come after me and see if you can capture me prisoner in a battle. Stannis will lead. Do I want to bring Godfrey Faring with me? Who's my commanders? Robert Rosley, I think, is a very solid choice. High Lord in King's Landing, good commander. And Gladden Wild, maybe. Yeah. A lot of highborn lords. Could take the men of King's Landing as well. In fact, I will. I will take the men of King's Landing for security's sake, because still has a good garrison. Do you want to even out the numbers as much as possible? Or make them uneven, you know, not keep a 17,000 to 16,000 battle, then he could surprise me. Stannis, Gladden, and Robert. Yup, good commanders. Send you over there. And I'll give command of the Castle of the Red Keep forces. Maybe to Sir Boris? Let's give Lord Dale Stokeworth, actually. He's also another Highborn Lord. He can command a subsection of the army. We'll go to Tumbleton. Try to meet him in battle. It seems he's splitting up his forces rather foolishly. Sumner himself goes to Dalston Keep. He'll get there on the 6th of the 7th moon. And Amaury, his hand, I believe he was. No, Amaury was something else. Emmerich's the hand. He's the Master of Laws, so his Master of Laws leads the men in Tumbleton. 13,000 strong. That's where his main force is. That's where we're going to go. We could try to attack him in Dalston Keep, too, since he's already locked in. We would get there and meet him. Of course, I probably want to take on the big army when my force is at its strongest. You know what? Whatever. Let's go take Sumner down because we know he's splitting up his forces. So we'll meet him, and he's got really good command, actually, Sumner Hill. Good for you. You're gonna die, though. Yeah, we met him. Obviously destroyed him with 22,000 men against 3,000. There's no way he could withstand us. And there you go. The Battle of Dalston Keep, such as it was, you know, a slaughter. He killed 50 of our men. It's not bad. Go to Bramsford. Sumner no longer leads armies. Holding on pretty well on that flank. But, yeah, we beat him. Lost 600 men almost, and killed the majority of their armies. I could end the war here, but I'll slaughter the remaining rebels. Yeah, I'll chase them and kill them. Why not? New Grand Maester, Oswin. He looks a lot like Pycelle. So I guess Marwyn the Mage is dead. Oh, he went down here. Gregor Clegane has been released from Jaime's prisons. Interesting. Where's he going? I could only... Oh, he is going to Ashford. He's going to the Cockleswent High Lordship. I'm telling you, these guys are rebels again. New Lord Commander on the wall. Osmond Kettleblack, really? Okay. He's gotten his power. He's become Lord Commander. There you go. So this rebellion was much less like the first Blackfire Rebellion, and a lot more like the, you know, any subsequent one that came, except for the War of Ninepenny Kings, like the third and fourth. So a lot more like those, where he just lands 10,000 men and gets slaughtered by the throne. Force demands. Yeah, you're gonna die, by the way, kid. Well, he is my kin, but I guess Stannis showed he's not. He takes traitors before, you know, killing kin and whatnot. Like he prioritizes punishing traitors. Like he did with. Well, that wasn't really a traitor, but he was willing to sacrifice Edric Storm, for example, who's his kin. My prisoner Sumner Hill's complaining. Oh yeah, you're complaining? Oubliette, how's that? Your infection has put you in grave danger on multiple occasions. The pain and foul smell have finally subsided, and your wound looks clean. Feel better? So I lost my leg, but I'm no longer infected, which is good. Reappoint the old council. Victorious war, to be sure. Seems his men are complaining about the conditions. No, now I'm going to deal with them, but first let's have a look at how it's going here. Driftmark's winning. They are winning, but the Siege of Hightide is going really well, and it's obviously going to end faster than Dragonstone. So it could be he still wins by taking Monteris, who appears to be in Driftmark, kind of foolishly. Has he sent Viserys to lead the men? No. Viserys is also in Driftmark. I think I'm going to let that war play out, because it could be a chance for Viserys Targaryen to finally get captured. If I command to end war, it's just kind of a stalemate. You know, Valerians don't get punished or anything. I don't want that. You're getting punished. So I suppose I'll let the Horps put down this rebellion for me. For now, let's go to the dungeons. Deal with our new prisoners. We'll get to you soon enough. Amaury. I'll have your head. Emmerich, the Hand, I'll have your head. Hobber, I believe you were the Master at Arms? Oh, I'll have your head. Ah, Mern, you were the Master of Coin, weren't you? I'll have your head too. Now, how to deal with you? Here's what I'm gonna do. At the risk of seeming kind of stupid, I'm not gonna kill him. You know, he's a brash, foolish 24-year-old. He got smashed. It was never really any threat to me. And although he did try to take my crown unlawfully, he is still my kin. Stannis was willing to execute Edric Storm at a time of desperation. This isn't a time of desperation. He's not gonna let him remain or gather support. He's gonna exile him. Send you over to the free cities to live out your life. He's joined the gallant men. He'll be exiled as well, and she's gone to Tyrosh for whatever reason. So both of them have been exiled. They can live out their lives in the free cities. And if they do return to Westeros, not even an invasion, if they return to Westeros, I will have them killed. Both of them. That's Stannis' ultimatum. No, I'm not funding. He's not going to the wall. I want him to go to Essos. Nice little exile. Form statecraft for me. Another rebel, Benton. Just no one here, I guess. Kill that rebel. We do have to see what's going on in Dragonstone, because that's really a point of interest right now. It really depends how this High Tide siege happens. If he captures Monterrey's there or not, because if he doesn't, then he more than likely loses the war. He still has a chance to capture him in Nimmark, because they do hold that as well. So it's not completely over if he doesn't catch him in High Tide, especially because I think the siege of High Tide and Nimmark will be faster than Dragonstone, which takes ages. But if he isn't able to capture him in either of these, he loses the war. Oh, Nimmark's the last one. He also has Driftmark, though. Oh, you have 3 opportunities to capture him. You're really putting yourself in a ditch there, Valerian. Master Rhaegal of Hull leads the assault. Peasant revolts ended. Yeah, you know how I deal with peasants who revolt. What's your head? We have a new designated regent, which is Renly, who is the heir. Master of Horse can be you. Ialmanar can be her. And my cupbearer can be Illyrian. There you go. We can still do much good. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So there's 2 wars going on, one of which I want to prevent. I could go into hiding. I don't like going into hiding. I've already said this. Takes away a lot of the options from intrigue in this game, because it's like a guaranteed you can't kill me kind of option, which I don't like. At first you were overjoyed to learn that Cassandra was pregnant, but that joy turned to rage as she confessed that you weren't the father. Not shocked. Not shocked that I'm not the father. They will have to be dealt with, absolutely. Sir Parman Hastwick. I knew there was more to that tourney. He's the guy who won the grand tourney that I held for my marriage, and then crowned my wife as Queen of Love and Beauty. I said, okay, nice gesture, but don't go too far with it. I knew there was more to it. You bastard. I'll have your head. Imprison him. He fled to Essos. Oh, he might join up with Sumner. Who knows? Bastard. And you are a traitor. Cassandra Trent. Imprison her. Call her for a trial. Let her rot. Cassandra Trent has demanded a trial by court, which Lord Merrick Massey shall oversee to ensure justice is served. At the start of the trial, she's formally accused of adultery, a charge brought by King Stannis Baratheon. Cassandra begins to present her defense, but the court did not seem impressed. She cut a very unconvincing and nervous figure. Lord Merrick shall interrogate her now. Lord Merrick stuttered, stammered, and incoherently rambled in front of the accused, who rebuked his questions and accusations with ease. Unfortunately, his argument was so boring that many at court appeared to almost fall asleep. He made a poor case. A verdict has been reached. Lord Merrick proclaims, for the crime of adultery, I find Cassandra Trent guilty. What to do with someone of adultery? Do I want to kill a pregnant woman? Seems a little harsh, even for Stannis. He's no longer ruthless, after all. I guess she'll serve the crown. I think that's the most lenient option. I mean, it gives me we divorce, lawfully, and then she goes essentially to a life with a faith, which keeps her out of Stannis' eyes and whatnot. I guess that's the best option. Yeah, she'll serve the crown for the rest of her days. Don't really want to kill her. Stannis needs a new wife. And we're going to do the same method we did last time, because most women aren't willing to marry me, because I'm celibate. Married, no. Ruler, no. I won't sort by joint court, because I'm willing to pay them a little bit for marriage. Stannis is a little desperate, guys. I forgot Great House, yeah. Okay. There's a bowling. She's not willing to join me. Should be a way to add by maybe, by might be convinced options. A bracken! That's not bad. That's not a bad marriage at all. She's willing to join. Yeah, let's marry the bracken girl. She'll join me. She'll become the new queen of the Iron Throne. Yeah, let's hope so, Godry. Arranged marriage. You'll marry the king. Aren't you psyched? What an honor it is. King Stannis is married again to a new queen. Joyous Bracken. Can we hold a wedding feast? Yes, we can. Host a wedding feast. So I think there's a small chance of pregnancy with a wedding feast. I don't know if celibacy takes into account, but from my experience, it's kind of a 50-50 chance that if you host a wedding feast, the woman gets pregnant immediately. I don't know if celibacy is taken into account, maybe for that, that percentage chance or whatever. Maybe it won't. Because they obviously do have to sleep together for the bedding. We'll have to see. I've given orders for a grand ceremony, a feast to be hosted in King's Landing in honor of King Stannis Baratheon and Queen Joyous Bracken's wedding. Let the preparations begin. All my vassals will be there, of course, to celebrate the new queen. Oh no, that is pretty bad. He's not able to capture him in the first siege, and the second one, I don't know if he'll win. You receive news from your Master-at-Arms activities in King's Landing. It appears he has been spreading ill words about your rule, encouraging disloyalty among the peasantry. I'm not shocked. He forced his way into the council. A traitor cannot be Master-at-Arms. No, he can't. He shouldn't be Master-at-Arms in the first place. Godry Faring. I'll imprison you. Can I exile you? Why is that tyrannical? I know if I call him for a trial, he's just going to demand a trial by combat again. And he's going to kill whoever it is because he's not even wounded anymore. Ugh. Guys, shockingly enough, I don't think that justice in the medieval ages was all that fair. I know. I'm as shocked as you. Robert Rosby will be my new Master-at-Arms. He served me well in the rebellion. And train whatever children are at court. I guess I have to call him to trial. I mean, I suppose. I know he's going to demand a trial by combat, and I know he's probably going to win. But what else can I do? I can keep him in my dungeons, I guess, till he demands a trial by combat, which will be like a month or so. Call him for trial. You bastard. Yeah, demanding trial by combat. You can be in the oubliette till then. Well, he's lost fat from being in the oubliette. It's interesting news. Oh! We found out about a plot to kill me. See, this is the way I like things to happen. My Master of Whispers telling me about the plot. rather than going into hiding. You, sir, are going to the dungeons. Yes, you have that right. I don't want to pick my... He's really good, though. Robert might be my best chance of winning this. Not Allard Good. Not Peter Plum the Craven. Okay. Robert Rosby. Please. Lord Robert is very skilled at arms. He steps forward. I'll stand for you, Your Grace. Fight well, Lord Robert. No! Why? You watch in horror as Lord Robert falls to the floor dead. He lost his eye and got slaughtered. He takes a mortal blow from Godfrey Faring. Prisoner takes his leave, walking out the doors with a smile on his face. This is the second time he's pulled this kind of thing. Oh, Godfrey, one of these days you're gonna die. And you, sir, you are also a good fighter who's gonna demand a trial by combat. I can already tell. Fine, I'll go you for trial, and you're just gonna kill him. Whoever I have. I'm out of people to name Master at Arms. They keep dying. I don't know. Boris? Sir Boris? He's a knight in my service. I'll raise him to nobility now that he's... Oh! I'm sorry, Murray. You've actually been good. Because I raised him to nobility, Murray can't be a Master of Whispers anymore. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. She's been solid. Sir Boris Ashen Hearth. Can I not appoint her, like, at all? Oh, I can. Yeah, you'll be Master of Whispers. He'll remain in the dungeons. Of course he demands a trial by combat. Spend lavishly on my wedding. Hereby invite you. By right of birth and blood, I demand a trial by combat. You have that right, and I'll select... Well. Well. A little bit of scheming could go on here. I could select Renly to fight in the trial by combat. It's very unlikely he would win. I don't think Stannis would do that, despite his suspicions of Renly. I don't think he's going to throw him into the fire, so to speak, against a man who is clearly a traitor. Sir Wallace Wainwood, you can defend me. The limping tyrant. Why do you... Oh, I forgot, we have a blood feud, that's right. It's because Robert slept with his wife. Not this one. Who was it? Your wife? Whose wife did Robert sleep with? It was a Crackle for sure. Maybe you are remarried. Whoever Sumner Hill's mother is who Robert slept with. Her. And she was married to Lord Roland III. Wow, he was a couple generations back. Sir Wallace steps forward. I'll stand for you, Your Grace. Fight well. Yes! No! He lost! I thought that was Sir Wallace. You watch in horror as Sir Wallace falls to the floor dead. I am losing all my best men. He's fled. Overbearing prude. A lot of people are not joining me. I don't know how my position has become so terrible all of a sudden. It seems my vassals don't like me as much as I thought they did, because none of them are coming to my wedding feasts, and apparently 2 of them are plotting my downfall. Lord Stokeworth and Lord Faring, but they keep using Stannis' justice against him by using trial by combats and winning. Oh. No, not you. You get no position of power. Quentin Illyrian. Not you either. You both suck. And I'll show him. Need a new member of the Kingsguard. Merrick Massey has recommended Sir Gawain Wild. I'm sure you recommended him last time, too. Fine, okay. Trained fighter and ruthless, deceitful. Yes, it'd be the highest honor. Okay, so there's a Wild in the Kingsguard. This episode, I can already tell, is going to be a little longer than it should be. Yeah, I keep this to myself, because I want the wedding to go through before I end this. So that war might end. Don't know how much that'll give him in the way of the war. Wedding day is upon us, and I'll soon be wed to Queen Joyous inside of all the lords of the Iron Throne. Shall be a glorious ceremony. Guests have finally arrived. All is ready. The servants have worked day and night to prepare and decorate the dance hall. Queen Joyous's gown is splendid, and the castle has never looked lovelier. Welcome to the wedding. Old peg-leg Stannis going up to the altar to get married. Here I stand before the gods to take up a holy vow of marriage with Joyous Bracken. The great lords and ladies of the Iron Throne look on as I drape the arms of House Baratheon around my bride to finally seal our marriage. Now for the feast. Oh, Wallace. You were a solid member of the Kingsguard. You really were. Sad you died. Your Grace, I have for some time now been observing the poor performance of the Master of Coin. Who are you? Montfort Bywater. I do owe him a favor. Oh no, he owes me a favor. No. He owes me a favor. If I owed him a favor, I might appoint him. Train whoever you find. Feast is winding down, now only the bedding remains. Stannis and Joyce are stripped of all garments by the revelers, who make many a bawdy joke along the way. They are then finally bundled into their bedchamber when they are finally left alone. Fine tradition. That's the bit of it that I was talking about. There's a like 50-50 chance, I think, that the wife gets pregnant. Don't know if that still stands. Renly tried to arrest Beric Dondarrion, who is such a badass this reality, and he's declared a rebellion. Okay. The morning after the wedding feast is come, and all the lords and ladies are finally making their way home. All agree it was a fine celebration, and many predict the newlyweds shall be most content. I had great fun, and so did everyone else. And with that, we're going to leave things off. This has been very eventful. We had our first Boldstag rebellion going on. And now the Targaryens are making a push for Dragonstone, which I'm not going to do anything, as I've explained, because I want to punish the Valyrians, and I don't want the stalemate that the game kind of creates, with them just putting down their arms and everything being okay. I want them to lose and be imprisoned by Lord Horp, and I want them to be executed. And the Targaryens to maybe flee somewhere or die. I don't know, either one. But yeah, we have a Targaryen threat. Stannis is married again. And my nephew has been exiled. He might be plotting something there, though. We'll have to see in the next time. Thank you guys for watching this one. If you did like it, do like and subscribe. Series is heating up again. I have to see where this goes now. Yeah, that's it for this one. Bye, guys.